In this video, we're going to discuss the difference between Create Panel and Modify Panel. Create Panel, which is this one, is where we can create new objects in 3ds Max. While the Modify Panel, which is this one, is where we can modify existing objects. I'll repeat again. Every time we want to create new objects, any type of objects, we should go to Create Panel. And if we already have an object and we want to modify it, then we should go to Modify Panel. If we look at the Create Panel, we can actually see sub-panels. These panels represent the type of object you want to create. This one is Geometry sub-panel, where we can create geometrical objects such as box, sphere, cylinder, etc. This one is Shapes sub-panel, where we can create a vector shapes such as line, rectangle, circle, etc. This sub-panel is used when we need to create light sources. This one is for creating camera and so forth. We're going to discuss this step by step later on. Right now we're going to focus on geometry first. Okay, if we look at the geometry panel, notice it also divided into several categories in the form of this drop-down list. There are standard primitives, extended primitives, compound objects, so on and so forth. It is worth to mention that when you install plugins that provide new type of objects, the list in this subcategory will be even longer, and you will have more options to work with. Okay, now let's focus on the standard primitives. The techniques to create an object in 3ds Max is varied. Depends on what type of object you want to create. Let's start with the simplest method, which is click and drag. Pick the sphere button, notice how this button become active, and then click and drag, then release in the perspective viewport, and we have a new sphere created. Now, pay attention to this button. As long as this button is still active, whenever you click and drag and release again in the viewport, a new sphere will always be created for you. So you are in this mode of creating sphere. To exit from this creation mode, simply right-click once on your mouse. So this is important to remember that to exit out of a certain mode in 3ds Max, we can use right-click. Okay, now let's try this on plane object. Click the plane button and click drag, then release to create a plane. We can also do this with teapot. Click drag and release, right-click once to exit the creation mode. The second techniques, which require more interaction, is by using click, then drag, then release, then drag, then click once to finish. For example, let's create a box. Click the box button and click drag on the perspective viewport. Now, the first click drag will create this base area of width and length. There is no height yet. After we release the mouse button, now we're moving on to defining the height of the box. We're not touching any button now, just moving the mouse up and down to define the height. Notice the height can be negative, so it goes below the ground. After we are satisfied with the box height, click once on the mouse, and there you go, we just finished creating one box. And as always, you are still in creation mode, and if you want to exit, you need to right-click once. We can try the same technique on cylinder also. Click on the cylinder, click drag to define the base, release, move up, click once, and we have a cylinder. Okay, now this will be the last technique we're going to discuss in terms of object creation. It involves several clicks after the first initial click and drag. So let's just try this on a tube. So click on the tube button, click drag in the viewport. This will actually define the first radius or the outer radius of the tube. After we release, we need to define the inner radius by moving our mouse back and forth. After we click once, we can move the mouse back and forth again to define the height of the tube. Then click once to finish the process. So by now, I believe you already understand how object creation works in 3ds Max. And I recommend you to explore other objects by yourself by creating many types of objects in standard primitives. And also, if you click on the category pull-down list, you will find extended primitives such as Hydra, Torus Node, Chamfer Box, etc. Now let's move on to the Modify panel. If we go to the Modify panel while no object is selected, notice the Modify panel will not showing any parameters. But if you select an object by clicking one of these objects in the viewport, notice the Modify panel will show the parameters of that object. So basically, Modify panel is a contextual panel, meaning that it shows parameters of currently selected objects and will remain blank if there is no object selected. So for example, I select this box and we can see the parameters of the box in Modify panel. We can change the length, the width, and the height of the box in the Modify panel simply by click and drag these spinners. Now, if I choose this sphere, notice we no longer see the length, the width, and the height parameters of the box. Rather, we see the radius and other parameters belong to the sphere object. We can change this again by click and drag on the spinner to change, for example, the radius of the sphere. If we are doing modeling or lighting, most of our time, perhaps 90% of it, is actually spent in Modify panel because creating object is quite fast, but tweaking and modifying objects takes longer to finish. And this is where we actually do most of the work.